From MTN News, you're watching Montana This Morning.
Among the flames and the smoke, a father and daughter team from Gallatin Gateway fought the fires that still burn on the Bridger Foothill. I'm Cody Boyer in Gallatin County, talking with them coming up.
School guidance counselors in Butte say they're ready to help students through these difficult times of the coronavirus.
Just ahead of 6:30 on this Thursday, Chet Lehman, Matt Elwell. We'll have those stories for you in a moment. Meantime, looking outside, a beautiful start, fall-like temperatures.
It still
beautiful
feels
day.
like fall.
It does.
But not as frosty.
No, I like it this way.
We
Don't
still
ever change.
Don't ever change. That's right. Pretty clear conditions, a little bit of light frost out in parts of the area this morning, but most of us dealing with temperatures above the freezing mark. The good news is we'll probably, once we get past this morning, have very few chances of frost in the region for a few days. Daytime highs into the 70s today. Beautiful afternoon. We're probably going to see more smoke by the weekend. I'm going to detail that forecast out on the Billion Auto Weather patio coming up in just a few minutes.
I might go join you out there. 6:30, our top story this half hour. Another step forward following the Bridger Foothills fire. This morning at 10, entire Bridger Canyon Road will be open, but for residents only. Bridger Canyon Road closed to the public from Boylan to Brackett Creek. Gallatin County Sheriff's Office says that includes closed to bikers and runners. Residents should stay off the road between 7 and 10 in the morning, 6 and 10 in the evening to allow fire crews to shuttle back and forth from their work. For more information, check in the Gallatin County Sheriff's Office Facebook page or call 211. By the way, the Bridger Foothills fire holding at 7,138 acres, 298 people assigned to fighting it still. There's still some smoldering and creeping, even though the weather with the rain and snow we had earlier made an enormous dent. Gallatin County Sheriff Brian Goodkin confirms 28 permanent homes lost. Other structures and outbuildings have yet to be fully counted. Cause of that fire remains unknown. Well, stories of courage and teamwork are rising along with the smoke from the Bridger Foothills fire. MTN's Cody Boyer talked with a fire chief who was there on the first day and for days later with his daughter by his side.
It was in this truck that Gallatin Gateway Fire Chief Jeremiah Hillier and his 16-year-old daughter, Cheyenne, headed up to fight the Bridger Foothills fire. When they got up there, they found a situation that neither of them had ever seen before.
It's like, wow, I had my 16-year-old daughter with me through this.
Jeremiah Hillier has fought fires in Gallatin County for 19 years. Even to him, this was new.
We had four trigger points, and this thing blew by all 4 trigger points. In 19 years, I've never seen the fire behavior anywhere close to that.
And by his side, driving through the haze, was Cheyenne.
She's been with us now
2 years?
2 years?
Cheyenne has ridden with her dad since she was 2. With the help of a Boy Scout Explorer program, she's been able to help the department, but wasn't prepared for this.
My dad calls home and he's like, get Cheyenne going. I'm gonna need her help tomorrow. And I'm sitting here like, okay, cool. I get to tag along on this fire, and it was definitely something I wasn't prepared for.
I can truly say we saved 2 houses up behind the fire station by doing work after dark. That was our safe zone. We had to protect that firehouse. That was where we were safe.
Teams worked quickly, but the fire also targeted them and the Bridger Canyon Fire Station itself. Working together, Jeremiah, Cheyenne, and the team stopped the fire just short of the station.
You see things in this fire that you don't hear stories about.
The father-daughter team, like others in the heat, even had to sleep in the truck.
She was able to lighten the mood and bring the reality back to, hey, we're doing the best we can. So it was really great to have her in the truck with me.
16, I was really hoping to have a nice, easy sophomore year of high school. I'm super proud of our community. It came together when we needed it to.
Now, even though the space might be a little bit small, Cheyenne does say that she would do it all over again. In Gallatin County, Cody Boyer, MTN News.
Didn't scare her away either. Cheyenne says she plans to continue with the Explorer program for at least the next 2 years. Other headlines this morning: a building in the 1800 block of Rouse Avenue burned in Bozeman yesterday. It happened near Osterman Storage. One wall of that building still standing, but in fact the building is destroyed. So far, no known cause for this blaze. No injuries reported either. Rouse was blocked off in the area while firefighters worked to put the blaze out. Buildings surrounded by RVs, campers among the storage units. It was the second structure fire the Bozeman Fire had to deal with in a 72-hour period. Fire had nothing to do with the Bridger Foothills fire. Well, this morning, Chris Mell is no longer mayor of Bozeman. He resigned late yesterday following a special Bozeman City Commission meeting where commissioners condemned his conduct. This comes a week after the city of Bozeman released hundreds of documents containing detailed alleged reports of bullying, intimidation, and administrative interference between the mayor and city staff. In a meeting Tuesday night, commissioners urged the mayor to step down. At that meeting, Mell said he had a duty to the people who elected him to complete his term in office. But yesterday, he told MTN News voters do not need distractions right now, laid the blame on the commissioners.
I thought it was important that the voters deserve somebody who works hard for the city. And so every morning I would get up and try to be proactive and prepared as an elected official under the city management system that we have. Unfortunately, some of the other city commissioners don't see it that way. And so I don't want to be a disruption. Our citizens need a lot of attention right now. There's a lot going on, as we all know. And so I'm resigning.
Mayor Mell's resignation effective about 5 p.m. yesterday. Deputy Mayor Cindy Andrus sworn in right after that in the lobby of City Hall. Other headlines this morning, 4 more COVID-19 deaths in Montana, 2 in Bighorn County, 1 in Marr, 1 in Yellowstone. There are 5 new confirmed cases from the Gallatin City County Health Department's latest report. Currently 45 active cases here, 2 people are in the hospital. State Health Department is reporting 90 new cases statewide. That includes 6 new cases in Butte-Silverbow. They have 23 active of its total of 139 cases. Deer Lodge and Park counties each added 1 new case. Butte Health Department reports that 1 student tested positive for COVID-19 at West Elementary School yesterday. Butte-Silverbow Health Department tells MTN News staff and students who have had close contact with the infected student have been identified and are quarantined. Last week, the health department confirmed a student at Butte High tested positive for COVID-19 as well. Well, the job of being a school guidance counselor has become more complicated. MTN's John Amy tells us COVID-19 expanding their reach.
The job of being a school guidance counselor, like the one here at Hillcrest Elementary in Butte, has become more complicated during this time of the coronavirus.
Obviously, we've all felt pretty helpless during the pandemic, and what we can do, where is the silver lining? There's always a silver lining.
With mask requirements and social distancing, there are more things that students have to deal with on a daily basis.
I think we're all concerned and nervous, and making it normal makes them feel a little less anxious.
Counselors are keeping a close eye on the students and trying to create a more positive environment at school.
Because when we are comfortable, or when we put forth a positive vibe, they feel safer and they feel more comfortable.
And in this unprecedented time, guidance counselors are not only there for students, they're here to help the teachers as well.
As counselors, that's just what we do. We're very, I suppose, helpful and therapeutic for other people, caretakers, and I think the adults need it sometimes just as much as the kiddos do.
So far, students seem to be adjusting, but there's still a long school year to go. In Butte, John Amy, MTN News.
John tells us Hillcrest reports kids seem to be adjusting well under the new guidelines while realizing it's only the beginning of the school year. Well, with the November election less than 2 months away and the big races still too close to call, it's time once again to talk politics. MTN's lead reporters, political insiders, will do just that tonight at 6:30 in a special Facebook Live edition of MTN Politics, the 2020 Vote. Veteran anchor and reporter Jay Cohn, joined by MTN chief political reporter Mike Dennison, Democratic consultant Eric Stern, and Republican insider Ashley Strong. How are the races shaping up for the U.S. Senate, U.S. House, and Governor? Who has the upper hand? The experts weigh in and they'll mix it up. This is your invitation to join the conversation tonight at 6:30 on KBZK and KXLF's Facebook pages. 6:30, that's always going to be a good one too. It will get heated at times. I love it. We're going to take a quick break here on Montana this morning. When we come back, no candy for kids or costumes for adults this year. The annual Halloween trick-or-treat holiday in Los Angeles called off due to the pandemic. After the break, find out just what will be banned in the city because of that virus. But first, let's check in with Gail King.
Good morning to you. Ahead on CBS this morning, President Trump doubles down on his decision to downplay the coronavirus threat. We'll hear Bob Woodward's dramatic recordings and discuss a reaction in Washington. How the president's comments could become a major campaign issue. We'll see. Also, in our new Ion Innovation series is what we're calling it, see a mysterious sea creature that could be a vital and powerful ally in the fight against climate change. And are you ready for some football? That's how the song goes. Yeah, you are. Pro football kicks off on schedule tonight. See how the pandemic and the growing demands for racial justice have forced the NFL to make some changes. Ready for football tonight? All right, we'll see you at 7 o'clock on the dot.